Happy Tuesday to all of you. Hopefully my internet connection will stay on here. Let me close a couple of things out. But hopefully we will be good to go. Hopefully my internet connection will last through this. If you are hopping on here with me, say hello. Do just wave at me, do something in the comment, know if I'll be able to see it or not. And then if you were watching the replay, do hashtag replay. So hopefully this is gonna do well tonight. This is a different version of the live on this. I think Facebook is doing some upgrades to their live video, so hopefully this is going to work well. We will see. But I titled this From the Hamster Wheel to the Potter's Wheel, and I just really had a thought this week. Actually today I was thinking about this as I was driving, and I thought about our coach training the other night, and a friend of mine had shared that, before she started program, she was really just on the hamster wheel of life. And so I got to thinking about that, and so many of us, that's where we find ourselves, just on the hamster wheel of life. I know that's where I was 3.5 years ago. I just, really just felt like I was just all my days ran together, and that's kind of what being on the hamster wheel means. I looked it up. It says each day starts to blend together, and we begin to feel like we're just living the same day over and over, and we feel exhausted just trying to keep up, just trying to keep up with everything. I actually think I might come back on here on my phone, but we'll see. I keep getting a message that the frame rate is too low. I don't know what's going on with that, but we're gonna keep rolling, and if afterwards it's not real good, I'll come back on here and do it again. But really just got to thinking about that, and just really what that means, and just feeling like all of your days run together, like everything is the same. You're going nowhere, you're spending what little bit of energy you have, and you feel like you're getting nowhere in life, like everything just runs together. Have you felt that way? I know I did. I just, you get up, you go to work, you don't have energy at the end of the day to do anything afterwards, and you come home. What I would do is veg on the couch and watch TV for a few hours, go to bed, and get up and do it again, and everything was just kind of running together. One of the quotes I saw was by Oscar Wilde, and it said, "To live is the rarest thing in the world. Most people just exist." And that's where I found myself. Like, I was just existing. I wasn't really living. I definitely wasn't living life to the fullest, but was just going through the motions every day, just on this hamster wheel. And, sometimes what we find is that on that hamster wheel, like, we get so worn out that even the hamster wheel stops. But we don't even have the energy to get off. Like, we just are continuing, just doing the same thing over and over, but never getting anywhere. Kind of like being on a treadmill, just doing the same thing over and over, but just not getting anywhere. The dreams that we long ago had, they just get buried deep within, and we just think, well, that'll never happen. Like, it happens for everybody else, but it'll never happen for me. And so I did a search on the hamster wheel, and I found this pretty cool article, and I just thought I would share a little bit with you what it said on here. It says there have never been more possibilities to fulfill yourself. Like, there's plenty of possibilities out there. You just have to grab hold of them. But you also have to be brave enough to break free from your hamster wheel and find your passion. So what are you passionate about? Like, what is it that you just really love? Like, what is it that you're passionate about. Do you have anything that you're passionate about? If you don't, like, find your passion. Like, find that spark that will light your flame. And then ask yourself, am I trapped in the hamster wheel of life? And I'll post a link to this article. It asks a bunch of questions in here about how to determine if you're just stuck on the hamster wheel of life. And so one of the things that this article said was there's two main reasons that people are stuck in the hamster wheel. One is habit and one is fear. Like, is it just habitual that you just go through the motions every day? But, like, do you want more out of life? Is there something you want more out of life? But, honestly, to get off of that hamster wheel, it takes effort. And do you even have the energy to put forth that effort? A lot of times it's fear. Like, fear keeps us on the hamster wheel of life because we're afraid we'll fail. Like, we're afraid that if we pursue our passions, we'll fail. And then what will we look like? It takes bravery and it takes effort to break free. And he gives 7 tips on how to get off the hamster wheel. And I just want to give you a few of those. One of them is the right time is now. Like, realizing that now is the time. Like it's time. Set your goals and find your focus. Like, what is it you want out of life? And set your goals there, and then hone in your focus. Like, where focus goes, energy flows. And so realize that you can get off that hamster wheel. Invest in yourself. Like, you are your greatest investment and you're your greatest asset. So you deserve to invest in yourself. Like, you're worth it. Think about the worst case scenario. And what I would say here is not what if I fail, but what if I don't even try? Like, that to me is the worst case scenario. What if I don't even try? Where would I be if, like, in 10 years, if I haven't done anything to get off the hamster wheel? Like, what will it be like then? Like, how will I feel in 10 years if I'm still in the exact same place I am now? Don't be daunted by a setback. Allow your setbacks, your discouragements, your disappointments to just propel you forward into where you want to go. And then find your purpose. Like I said earlier, what is it? Where's your passion? Like, what is it you really want out of life, and what is it you really want to do? Just really, what is it? Where do you want to go, and what do you want to do? So really thinking about that. And I thought about, just really, how do you get off that hamster wheel? And what I thought was, I don't want to be stuck on that hamster wheel. I've been there. Like, I've been there where I'm just going through the motions every day. And I'll tell you that, I could live a joy-filled life on the hamster wheel, but that's not a fulfilled life if I'm just on the hamster wheel. If I'm just going through the motions, I'm not going to be at my greatest level of joy that I could be if I'm fulfilling my passion. And so I thought, well, how do we get off the hamster wheel, and what's a better alternative? And so for me, a better alternative than being on the hamster wheel is being on the potter's wheel. And that's where I'm really walking in my passion. I'm really allowing God to really create in me what I'm supposed to be. But I have to be yielded to Him. It's living a life of surrender, and really just, yielding to Him. It's surrendering my clay, and just really, what does God want to create in me, and where is my passion? Where is my calling? What is it that I'm really destined to do and destined to be? And I thought about, what does it mean to be on the potter's wheel? And I went back to the scripture in Jeremiah 18. The Lord was talking to Jeremiah about the people of Israel. And he told Jeremiah to go to the potter's shop, and he said, I'll speak to you there. And so when Jeremiah got there, he saw the potter working on a piece of clay. So this is in Jeremiah 18. And it says, I did as the Lord told me, and I found the potter working at his wheel. But the jar he was making did not turn out as he had hoped, so he crushed it into a lump of clay again and started over. And the Lord gave me this message: O Israel, can I not do to you as this potter has done to his clay? As the clay is in the potter's hand, so are you in my hand. So if we just surrender ourselves to the Lord, he will put us back on the potter's wheel, even if we come to him in broken pieces. Like, I've been in broken pieces before, but as I surrender my broken pieces to the Lord, what I have found is that he takes those broken pieces. He puts me back on the potter's wheel. He takes the dregs of my life. He mixes it with a little water, and he makes me into a new vessel. You know, a lot of times we don't want to get back on the potter's wheel. And if we stay on the hamster wheel of life, what we find is that we're trying to take those broken pieces and we're trying to put them back together with super glue. And what we find is if we do that, we're like, we're accepting second best for our life. Like, that's just really second best. And what you find is that the super glue doesn't hold forever. Like, the super glue doesn't hold, and then what you find is that you're more broken than you were before. But if we surrender to the potter's and we put ourselves from the hamster wheel on the potter's wheel, and we allow him to mold us and make us, then we'll be made new. Like, we're not just a broken vessel that's been just kind of put back together. We're like made new. Like, the Lord makes us new again. He puts that passion and that burning in our soul for something new. 2 Corinthians, I think it's 2 Corinthians 5:17 says that the old is gone and that we're made new. Like, we're completely new. And so when we come off of that hamster wheel and we allow the potter to put us on his wheel, we're made new. God does a new work in us, and he can create in us. I just lost my train of thought. I had a really good thought there for a minute. Oh, I know what it was. And so, you know, sometimes we're asking the Lord for a solution. Like, we recognize that we're on the hamster wheel, and we're like, Lord, help me get off this hamster wheel. I want to do, I want to fulfill my passion, but I'm stuck right here, and I don't know how to get off the hamster wheel. Will you please help me get unstuck? And so there's a parable, there's a story. It's called the Drowning Man, and it's one that I love. I've heard this story for a long time, and there was this man. There was a storm that came up. And there was his house flooded. Well, like, the town flooded or whatever. And so the waters were rising, and he was sitting on top of his roof, and he was praying, Lord, please save me. Don't let me die. Just save me. And so there was a rowboat that came by, and the guy that was in the rowboat said, hey man, jump off the roof and into my rowboat, and I'll save you. And the guy says, no, the Lord is going to save me. I'm trusting the Lord to save me. So the guy rode off in the rowboat. Well, then this motorboat came by, and the guy driving the motorboat said, hey man, jump in here in my motorboat, and I'll save you. And the guy says, no, I'm waiting on the Lord. Like, the Lord is going to save me. And the motorboat drove off. And then all of a sudden there was the guy is still saying, Lord, please save me. I'm afraid I'm going to drown, but please save me. I'm trusting you to deliver me. And there was a helicopter that came by and had a rope and said, hey, grab hold of this rope and come up on the helicopter. I'm here to save you. I want to save you. And the guy said, no, I'm waiting on the Lord. The Lord is going to save me. I'm trusting him to save me. Well, the waters kept rising. And what happens? The guy drowns. And when he makes his way to heaven, he finds himself standing before the Lord. And he's like, Lord, I trusted you to save me. Why didn't you save me? Why did you let me die? And the Lord's like, dude, I sent a rowboat and you refused it. I sent a motorboat and you refused it. And I sent a helicopter and you refused it. I was trying to save you, but you didn't recognize any of those things. And so a lot of times when we're on the hamster wheel of life, like the Lord is trying to deliver us from the hamster wheel, but it doesn't look like we think it's going to look. Like we have this image in our head of what it's going to look like for the Lord to deliver us off of the hamster wheel, but when it comes in a form that we're not looking for, then we refuse it. And so what if, I mean, 3.5 years ago, the answer to my hamster wheel was a health program. That was definitely not what I was looking for. Like, I had no idea that the answer to me getting off my hamster wheel was going to be a health program and coaching. Like, that was God's answer. But what if I had refused it? Like, what if I had said no? Um, you know, then I wouldn't have gotten off my hamster wheel. I'd still be there on that hamster wheel, just going through the motions, unhealthy, wanting a solution, but saying no to what I was given. And I was given a great gift. And then when I saw the great gift that I had in my hands, I realized I want everybody to feel this way. I want to help other people off of their hamster wheel. And I started sharing this gift with other people. I started sharing the gift of hope with people. And I've helped a lot of people come off their hamster wheel. And then through coaching, I've offered the gift of coaching to a lot of people. And it's given them options in life that they didn't have before, just like it gave me. And it's helped them get off the hamster wheel of life and really just start being on the potter's wheel again and saying, Lord, here am I. Here am I. Do with me what you want to do with me, and create in me what you want to create. And it's given people options, and that's what I've loved. So, I'm asking you, if you're on that hamster wheel of life, like, is God offering you a solution? Like, maybe it's a health program, maybe it's something completely different. But are you open? Like, are you open and receptive to whatever it is the Lord is offering you? Are you open? Are you surrendering yourself to the potter's wheel and saying, Lord, just make me into who I'm supposed to be? Like, are you yielding your clay? For clay to be formed into something of use, it has to be supple, and our suppleness is found in our surrender. So I want to ask you again, are you on the hamster wheel of life? Are you looking for a way to get off, but are you scared? Are you just stuck in a habit? Maybe it's time to surrender. Maybe it's a time for you to ask the Lord, hey, have you been offering me a way out? Have you been sending a rowboat or a motorboat or a helicopter by here and I've refused it? Send it by one more time and open my eyes so that I can see it's your solution off of the hamster wheel. Lord, I want to be on the potter's wheel, and I want you to help me to become who I'm supposed to be. Anyway, I hope those thoughts encourage you today. I hope they inspire you. I hope they challenge you to really take a step, like take a step of faith. Don't allow fear to hold you back. Don't allow the what ifs to become the what coulds, what should have been, and look at where you are and where you want to go. And allow the Lord to direct your steps. Proverbs 3, 5, and 6 is one of my favorite scriptures, and it says, trust in the Lord with all of your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. In all of your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your path. So I just want you to know he'll direct your path if you surrender to him today. Hope y'all have a great night, and hope that those words encouraged you tonight.